Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. Call InventHelp today.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-352-1609. That's 1-800-352-1609.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 52security.com. That's the number 52security.com. 52security.com. Go to 52security.com.
Hurt or injured in a car accident? It can be hard to take the proper legal action after a car accident, but waiting can cost you more. The law requires car accident victims to assert claims promptly. You could lose out by simply waiting. Call 800-709-4667 right now to see what your claim could be worth when handled by a skilled attorney. With a lawyer fighting and speaking up for you, you could be entitled to a big cash award. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Now it's fast and easy to connect with the legal help you need after your car accident. Call 800-709-4667. The call is free, but you need to act now before time runs out on your claim. You need a lawyer to fight for you, protect you, and get you the compensation you need and deserve. Time's wasting. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Call now.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please call or go online right now.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
Rod Eccles Show.
You know, folks, you really can't change human nature. Human nature is always going to be human nature, and human nature is survival. You know, God instilled that in each and every one of us. You're just not going to be able to, and believe it or not, God instilled a real sense of right and wrong in every one of us. And we all know what's, you know, the basics of what's right and the basics of what's wrong. Those things are innate in human beings, just as they are with other animals. But it takes life experience and either training, education, or lack thereof that produces things that go outside of the natural, of the norm. Well, it is the rare occasion when somebody is just born evil. It's rare. You can call it a birth defect if you want, and I believe it is. But most people who turn to evil or turn to crime or turn to bad, look, I'm sure that the Castro brothers down in Cuba, they weren't, growing up thinking that they were going to be dictators and brutal dictators someday. It's not what they naturally thought. Whatever. Look, we understand that your environment, where you grow up, how you're educated, has the greatest impact in your life. And we can see that they've done studies of twins that were split at birth. And, they could find that the twins may have the same likes, the same dislikes. They may have the same mannerisms. They even may, sound an awful lot alike. But their environments that they grow up in, their education, if they are vastly different, tells us that they are going to be different people. And indeed, the studies have shown that they are. One is going to look at the world, maybe and be very nice, very humble. And the other one, because of how he grew up, maybe grew up in a household not as loving or caring. And they're going to be much harder, much more brutal, maybe even turn to crime. And then we find that twins that grow up together, we find that, they both turn out to be, either on the nice side, the good side, or they both turn out to be on the bad side. So it's just, welcome back, folks. Welcome back. This is, I'm still your lovable host, L. Rod, sitting here in the, firmly ensconced in the Freedom Throne. And for those of you who don't know, the Freedom Throne in the Bunkerized Home Studio is the chair that I sit in when I do the show. And the microphone that I broadcast with is the Freedom mic. So there's a lot of stuff that you're going to learn as you listen and pay attention to the show, that you're going to learn about me and this show. I can't just tell you everything about it in the first episode. So this is also a type of program that you're not going to get the full breadth and width of who I am, what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to teach you, and what I'm trying to inform you of, until you've listened to the program on at least 3 times a week for the next month. It's going to take you that long to get ramped up. I hate but this is an ongoing learning process, folks. It's not one show I get everything I need and then you run off for a week or two. Now, there's stuff here that I'm going to give you every single night, Monday through Friday. And I know that's kind of a disadvantage for a couple of our syndicators, they have limited schedules, so they may only have us running on the weekend. But that's another thing. I am on the air now 7 days a week. Not live, but this program is on the air somewhere 7 days a week. I'm almost covering 24 hours of coverage now. I tell people, in jest, in sly jest, that I'm not going to be satisfied until the Rod Eccles Show is on the air somewhere 24/7. That means no matter where you go, you can turn me on and listen to some logic, some fact, some humor, get some fun, be entertained, and be informed at the same time. I intend that my audience is going to be one of the most informed audiences on the planet, bar none. That is my goal. And hopefully I'm doing it in an entertaining fashion. Now, does it make me great or anything? No, look, first of all, people have to understand that I don't think this is me. No, it's not me at all. And by that I mean whatever talent that I have, that I utilize to do this, is talent that is instilled in me and given to me by God himself. And that I'm doing my best to utilize that talent to the best of my ability, to the best that I know how. Because I think to do any less is a sin. Now, no, I don't think it really actually says that in the Bible, but knowing how God is, knowing his character, I think if you have certain, and everybody has talents. Everybody has them. It's just up to each of us to find out what those talents are, and then to learn to use and develop those talents to the best of our ability. This is why some people they can never be a professional sports star. Some people, I don't care how much they practice, they just don't have the given natural talent to do that. No matter how hard they work. And there are other people that the talent just comes more naturally, and other people have to work harder at it. Like for instance, in basketball, Larry Bird. Larry Bird was probably one of the hardest working basketball players in history, and his practice paid off. But there are other people that youngsters that probably worked harder than Larry Bird did as a kid. And they just can't get any good at basketball because that's not where their talent lies. They don't have the talent there to develop. There is this kind of false notion, and I know we all say it to all our, to our kids. You can be anything you want to be. Well, actually, we should be a little bit more specific than that because that's not true. That is not fully true. We can do and be anything that our talents allow us, plain and simple. Because again, you could practice 20 hours a day. Basketball, get all the fundamentals, constantly practice 20 hours a day, and still never be any good. And then there are some people, because that is their talent, their gift, they practice 1 hour a week, and they become superstars. Is it fair? Well, to our meager standard of what fairness is, no. But as far as a bigger picture of the universe and in God's universe, yes. Because you have a talent somewhere else that superstar basketball player does not. So it all balances out. I mean, I know we like to look at certain people, well, they just have, they have so much talent in that area. That's just not fair. Why? They don't have any talent anywhere else, maybe. Maybe that was their whole reason for being. Now, that's not true because people have more than one talent, but let's just, simplify it. If we're all here for one specific purpose, let's say, well, that basketball star, that's what he's put here for. And you're not put here to be a basketball star. You're put here to be a doctor, maybe. Like Dr. Ben Carson. But is it fair that basketball star can't become a well-respected medical doctor? Well, our limited scope might say, yeah, that's kind of unfair. No, but in reality, no, it's not. He's got a different talent from you. You've got a different talent from him. It all equals out. And in the greater sense of the universe, that's what's fair. Alan Keyes, this is from Right Wing Watch. Alan Keyes says, gay marriage ruling a just cause for war. Now, I'm not making this up. That's a little bit brazen, if you ask me, to say something like that. But yeah, Alan Keyes has a